welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. This is episode 76. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, the main proprietor of the Tenkar's Tavern blog. Welcome. Today is a Tuesday, and that means that we are going to be doing our weekly Kickstarter Roundup. But before we delve into the Kickstarters, yesterday was my birthday, and I had some people drop some birthday wishes, and I shall play them right now.
Hey Eric, it's Chuck with Playing It Wrong. Happy birthday, man. I don't know if Anchor ate my last message to you. I think it did because it kept giving me an error. But thanks for the tavern, the blog, the Facebook community, the Discord server, and Continual Light. And thanks for all you do and keeping us up with Conman Ken. And hey, one other thing. As far as desktop applications go, get Audacity. I use it. I think Glenn Hallstrom uses it, and a few other of the OSR anchorites use it too. It's free, and it's not that tough to use because, heck, I even figured it out. Once again, thanks a lot, man.
Hey Eric, upcoming happy birthday to you. Already do help out on the Patreon a little bit, but thanks for the reminder about the Amazon links because it seems like I'm getting like at least one package from them a week. I might as well go through your links and help out a little bit there too, but congratulations on making it to another year and good show.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Larry. Actually, Chuck, yeah, both your messages came through. Figure that one out. I appreciate the kind words, and yeah, I'll have to give Audacity another try. I played with it back when I first thought about doing a solo like podcast, I think 2 years ago, and for me the learning curve was too high. But I'll actually had me more than 2 years ago. I was still working. That's probably why the learning curve was too high. My brain wasn't probably functioning too well working midnights. But be that as it may be, I'll take a peek at it. Because I'm not saying that this is a bad way to record. It certainly does the job. But I'd like to tweak it a bit more. Have a little bit more flexibility and make it easier to record. Interviews. All right. Enough of that bullshit. Let's go on to Kickstarters. Now, these are really in no particular order. And when I say no particular order, I mean that. The first one, holy crap, is the Void RPG logo. Somebody is doing a Kickstarter for an RPG to have their logo designed. Yeah, I'm not making this up. Now, your rewards for this, $1 is obviously no reward. You're supporting the cause. $5, you will get a digital download of the logo. Not the game that's being worked on, because remember, they're kickstarting the logo. They're looking for $150. If you can't find somebody, if you can't come up with the money for your own frickin' logo, if you can't, using the wacky fonts that are available on the internet, if you can't get at least a temporary one going yourself, if you have to kickstart the fucking logo, I don't even want to see your fucking game. I mean, that is really, really shite. And I have to say it with how our cousins across the pond would say it. It's shite. All right. So, yeah, we started out on a high note, didn't we? Again, no particular order. It's just how these tabs wound up in my bar for my browser. The all-weather dice tubes. Now, we've spoken about these a couple of times. Well, guess what? Holy shit. I'm not kidding. With 65 hours to go, they funded. Their goal of $993 in U.S. currency, they've raised $1,162. I told you these would fund, because even though they are bullshit, pure and utter bullshit, there was no way they were going to let this come down to the wire and not fund, even if it meant putting their own money into the project. And judging by the video, which I will say it's a lot of these videos are crap and they shouldn't be used, because although they say even bad publicity is good publicity, it does not go the same with Kickstarter videos. Bad Kickstarter videos gain you nothing. They tend to make it look like you've got a shitty project that you can't put the effort into it. You're better off with no video at that point, to leave your dirty socks behind. But the video here isn't bad, but it is the same kind of video you would see for the leather backpacks and stuff. It's the same type. They follow whatever kind of structure there is for those types of Kickstarters. They followed it here. But I told you it would fund. It funded. Don't waste your money. Fantasy World Creator. Developed to make fantasy role-playing sessions more immersive, adaptable to all RPG systems. I'm touching on this not because, well, see, to me, it's not a world creator because it's a tile system. So you're not creating worlds. It's not like you're going to map out a world with this, but it's a tile system for dungeons. It's certainly much more portable than any of these 3D terrain pieces like Dwarven Forge. More affordable. Their goal, which I guess it was initially in euros, but their goal in USD was 9,367. With just over 2 days to go as I record this, they're at 123,000. So yes, they've done a lot with this one. It may become a really great thing. Like I said, I'm somebody who's very tempted to buy a 3D printer until I realize I've got nothing that I need to 3D print. The whole concept is great. I love the idea. I just don't play face-to-face enough to justify it. And unless I was playing face-to-face at home, I don't really relish the idea of having to carry all that crap with me somewhere. But these tiles would probably be a very good compromise. And they look like they're well done. And they're black and white, from what I can see. And that's my preference. And you can write on them and wash it off. And again, that's pretty awesome too. So, nicht zu shabby. That's my pigeon German for not too bad. All right. Now we go on to something that is certainly good, certainly great, and is even more funded. The Fantasy Trip. Old school role playing by Steve Jackson Games. 1,800 backers. It had a goal of 20 grand. It has surpassed 148,000. It is putting more shit in the box and more stuff online, and then probably more stuff in the box. Well, actually, the box. If you pledge at $60, because that's where I think I pledged, right? If you pledge at $60, basically you get the Legendary Edition, which is a box to hold your 2 boxes. That's of Melee and Wizard. And other goodies that are now coming out, like tiles. So, yeah, fun times. I still have a short interview with Steve Jackson that day. I got to post up on the blog side. When I do, I will certainly be looking for questions from the community that I can forward on to Steve. I believe they will be. I know Phil Reed is heading out to Gen Con today. Gen Con, I think, officially kicks off on Thursday, but I'm sure there's a lot of setting up for the booth. I mean, it's enough setting up for the Frog God booth at these smaller cons. I can only imagine the effort that goes into setting up the Steve Jackson booth. So, in any case, if you haven't backed this one, back it. Okay? If you, not just for nostalgia, for me it's nostalgia. It's the game that I always looked at the Complete Strategist, at the at the floor level where they had all these, I guess now we call them out of print games, but I first noticed it probably in the late 80s, going down there, and I looked at the Fantasy Trip, and I was just like, I had read about it, reading Space Gamer magazine and other games at the time, and it looked like a good system, but I could never get myself to pull the trigger. So now's my chance in my old age. Last but not least, now these look really good. Eldritch Century Monsters Wave 1. High quality resin monster miniatures for the universe of Eldritch Century. Look, I'm gonna be gentle about this. Miniatures are something, and this is a first created deal, so I'm gonna be really careful when I say this. The project has 16 days to go. It had a goal of 5,000. It's just over 6,200, so it funded. Miniatures are not an easy Kickstarter to produce. Not everybody is Reaper. Not everybody comes from Kiwi land and can effectively put out excellent miniatures once a year. And not everybody has a proven record. And I understand that with Kickstarter, a lot of times you have to take that chance. You're going to take the chance on that first created. And I do get that. This is one of those first created, two backed. So you would hope that the creator has experience with Kickstarters. I don't know. In any case, stuff looks good. Give it a look, and then make your own due diligence and decide what you're going to do. For me, the stuff looks awesome. I got too many unpainted miniatures as it is, so I will pass. All right, folks, that is our Kickstarter roundup for July 31st, 2018. Thank you for stopping by. To my Patreon backers, thank you for supporting. If you want to support in other ways, when you go to TechCarsTavern.com, there is an Amazon link. If you're going to shop at Amazon anyway, if you go through the Tavern's link, a small portion of the monies you spend will go to support the Tavern. Same thing goes for shopping at RPG Now or Humble Bundle. It all helps. It really does. You know, the one thing with retirement, even with a decent pension, is you know exactly what you're going to get every month. You can't say, oh, I want to do this or grab this or upgrade this for the podcast, and I'll just work some extra overtime. There's no overtime. You folks are my overtime. You folks are my salary. So again, I thank you. Stay safe. God bless. Roll your dice well. And I will see you tomorrow. Later.